Does your dog follow you everywhere? Ever wonder why can't they just stay on the couch and relax? What are they really trying to tell you every time they stand up when you move? You probably think they are just being sweet or maybe a little bit clingy, but the truth is much more surprising. Behind those puppy eyes is a deep psychological secret. Your dog is trying to talk to you. It's a message that is urgent and very old. It only exists between the two of you. If you think it's just a cute thing, you're missing the truth. This is the most honest moment your dog ever has with you, and almost no one notices it. Let's start with the reason that changes everything. Before we go deeper, hit the like button if you're a dog lover too, and subscribe to our channel if you want to understand your dog's brain better than 99% of other owners. Number 1. To your dog, you aren't just a person. You are their whole world. To your dog, you are not just someone they like. You are something their body depends on. This is where it changes everything, because what looks like following is actually chemistry. In 2015, researcher Takefumi Kikusui published a study in the journal Science on why dogs feel deeply connected to humans. So they tested something very simple: eye contact. They had dogs and their owners sit and look into each other's eyes, and what they found was powerful. Both the human and the dog had a huge spike in oxytocin. In some cases, levels increased by up to 300%. Oxytocin is called the love hormone. It's the same chemical released between a mother and her baby, the same system that builds deep emotional bonds. And here's the key detail. This loop worked both ways. The human affected the dog, and the dog affected the human at the same time. The researchers called this an oxytocin gaze positive loop, and they believe this is one of the reasons dogs and humans bonded so strongly over thousands of years. Now think about your dog. Every time they look at you, every time they stay close to you, that loop is active. Their brain is rewarding them for being near you. When your dog follows you from room to room, it's not just a habit or even just love. It's a biological need. Being near you makes them feel calm and safe. When they lose that closeness, something feels off. So they come find you again, not out of neediness, but because their brain pulls them back. That's why your dog doesn't stay behind even when they could, because for them, comfort isn't a place, it's a person. It's you. Number 2. They aren't just following you, they are moving with their pack. And in their mind, you are the center of that pack. This goes back thousands of years. Dogs survived by staying together, because in the wild, being alone is dangerous. Distance doesn't mean freedom, it means risk. It means exposure. It can mean death. So their brain learns one simple rule: stay close or you're not safe. And that rule never went away. Now here's where science confirms it. Researchers at Azabu University, in studies published in PLOS One 2013 and later, talk about something called the secure base effect. This is a psychological idea. It means an animal feels safe to explore the world only if their trusted figure is nearby. For dogs, that secure base isn't their bed or the house. It's you. When you're around, their stress stays low and their confidence rises. They can relax or explore. But when you leave, that sense of security drops instantly. And this isn't just theory, it's been measured. At the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna, at the Messerli Research Institute, scientists studied what happens when dogs are separated from their owners, even by something as small as a door. The result? Their heart rate goes up, stress hormones increase, they become alert, restless, uneasy, and this can happen in seconds. Now think about what your dog is doing when they follow you from room to room. They aren't just tagging along, they are preventing that separation. They are keeping their secure base within reach. Because in their mind, if you move, the pack moves. If the pack splits, something is wrong. So they get up, they walk behind you, they stop where you stop, they watch where you go. Not because they're confused, but because they're doing exactly what their instincts tell them to do. Stay close, stay connected, stay safe. Number 3. Your dog is a master of your routine, and they're betting on your next move. Your dog is not just following you blindly. They are tracking where you go, because to them, your house is not one place. It's an emotional map. Every room has a different meaning. Every space triggers a different response, and your dog already knows it. This idea comes from animal behavior research, often called zone mapping. Animals don't see spaces the way humans do. They don't think in terms of rooms, they think in terms of where good things happen, where stress happens, where you disappear. Let's break it down. The kitchen, that's the highest value zone. Food appears there, randomly, unexpectedly. To your dog, this is not routine. It's a gamble, a lottery. Every time you walk into the kitchen, their brain says this might be the moment. So they follow. Now the bedroom. Very different energy. This is the calm zone. It smells like you. Your scent is strongest here. And your scent does something powerful. It lowers stress. It slows their system down. So when your dog follows you into the bedroom, they're not excited, they're settling, absorbing comfort. Now the front door. This is the hardest zone because this is where you vanish. This is where the pattern breaks. You grab your keys, you change your posture, your movements become predictable, and your dog knows what's coming. This is where anxiety builds. Not because they're dramatic, but because this is the place where their secure base disappears. So they follow you here more closely. They watch more carefully. They try to read the situation. Are you leaving? Should I stay? Am I coming with you? Now think about your daily routine. Your dog already knows it. Every step, every pattern, every location. So when they follow you, they aren't just reacting, they are predicting. They are running a mental map in real time and adjusting their behavior based on what each space means. Number 4, they aren't watching what you do, they are investigating why you do it. Your dog is not just watching what you do. They are reading how you feel, and most of the time, they know it before you do. This isn't guesswork, it's science. In a study from the University of London at Goldsmiths College 2012, researchers tested how dogs react to human emotions. They created a simple situation. A person sat in a room and either cried or hummed. Same posture, same environment. Only one thing changed: the emotion. The result? Dogs were far more likely to approach the person who was crying. Not just approach, they moved in slowly with submissive, calm body language, as if they were trying to comfort them, even when the crying came from a stranger. Think about that. Your dog doesn't need to understand your words. They don't need context. They feel the shift. But how? Because your body gives signals. Your scent changes, your breathing changes, your posture changes, and most importantly, your cortisol levels change. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and dogs are incredibly sensitive to it. They can smell it, they can sense it, they can react to it. So when you feel stressed, your dog already knows. And that's when the shadow behavior increases. They follow you closer. They stay near longer. They watch you more carefully. Not randomly, not out of habit, but because they're checking on you, monitoring you, trying to understand what's happening. Number 5. For some dogs, staying by your side is written into their blood. Not all dogs follow you the same way, and that's not random. For some dogs, being your shadow isn't a habit, it's their design. This goes down to genetics. In one of the largest dog DNA projects ever, run by the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard, called Darwin's Ark, researchers studied what makes dogs behave differently. One key trait they focused on was something called biddability. This means how strongly a dog wants to stay close to humans, follow their cues, and work with them. And what they found is important. Some dogs are literally wired to stick close to people. That's why some breeds can't leave your side. Take collies. They were bred to herd, track movement, and stay focused on their human. Or German shepherds, bred to guard, stay alert, and never lose sight of their handler. Or Labrador retrievers, bred to retrieve and return, again and again. For these dogs, following you isn't clingy, it's work, it's purpose. It's what their brain is built to do. So when they stay close, behind you, beside you, outside the door, they're not being needy, they're being useful. Now here's the problem. In the modern world, there's no herd to manage, no job to complete, no task to finish. So where does that energy go? It goes to you. You become the job. You become the focus. You become the purpose. And if they aren't near you, it feels like something is missing, like they're off duty when they were built to be on duty. That's why some dogs don't just follow, they stick. Room to room, step by step, like a shadow that never disconnects. But now here's a part almost no one talks about. We've been focused on the dog that follows you, but what about the one that suddenly stops? Because that change can mean something serious. We need to talk about something important, because everything we've said so far is about a dog that follows you. But what if that suddenly changes? What if your shadow dog stops following you, stops getting up, stops checking on you, starts staying in another room, starts choosing distance instead of closeness? This is not something to ignore, because in many cases, this is not behavior change, it is communication. And science helps explain why. Dogs are very good at hiding pain. This comes from survival. In the wild, showing weakness makes you a target, so animals learn a rule. If you are hurting, don't show it. Veterinary behavior research describes this as pain masking. The dog looks normal on the outside, but inside, something may be wrong. And one of the first subtle signs is social withdrawal, less following, less closeness, less shadow behavior. Because movement takes energy, and when a dog is not feeling well, they conserve it. So they stay still, they isolate, they reduce interaction. Now think about what that means in your home. If your dog used to follow you everywhere, but now doesn't, it is not just getting older, it is a change in their internal state. Something is shifted, and it deserves attention. This is why veterinarians often say, behavior change is one of the earliest warning signs. Before limping, before obvious symptoms, before anything dramatic, there is distance, silence, less following. So here's the key idea. The dog that follows you everywhere is telling you they feel connected, but the dog who suddenly stops following you may be telling you something else entirely. So don't ignore that change. Watch it, notice it, take it seriously. But now let's go to the most emotional part of all this, because there is one moment in your dog's entire day that reveals everything about your bond, and almost every owner misses it. In the morning, before you fully wake up, look at your dog. Are they already awake and watching you? That's not random, it's synchronization. Studies in journals like Scientific Reports and Royal Society Open Science show that strongly bonded dogs sync with their owners. Their sleep patterns and even their heart rates align. They also micro-wake, staying slightly aware when you move or breathe. So when you wake up and your dog is already watching you, it means they stayed connected to you all night. They are your first focus, their first check. Are you still here? And when you are, they relax, because their world is still stable, centered around you. If this video made you want to go check on your dog right now, just remember, they've probably been watching the door waiting for you to get up. Hit the like button if you love your dog, and subscribe because your dog deserves an owner who understands them this deeply, because at the end of the day, you are their entire world.